Good night, everybody. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I'm taking off my glasses because I want all of you to see my eyes tonight. So there can be no confusions and no misconceptions after I leave here tonight. Because tonight we're here to celebrate a special moment, a special occasion. But before I even get into that and get into tonight's message, something has struck me very profound tonight. And it reminds me of a saying that the art of love is a heart of love. And say it with me. The art of love is a heart of love. And tonight, I witnessed for myself a man that epitomized the heart of love, a man of his people. Prime Minister, it's an honor to be here tonight, to hear you tell your story of what you have done for your people, being a man of the people. And not just the people decided upon bearing the land on which you stood. Because here in Jamaica, I'm sure there are many who have tales of good you have done for them here. So we salute you and thank you for being a man of the people. A man that epitomizes the heart of love, which is truly the art of love. I will say the Honorable Mark Golden, who stepped away right back. Another man who has shown his hand as far as it relates to his heart being in the right place for the people. For me as leader of the Maroons of Accompong coming here today would be on the account of the Honorable Isaac Buchanan, a Maroon himself, who has proudly represented and defended his birthright against a government that is not willing to acknowledge and recognize the fabric of its own people. Let it be said that there would not be a Jamaica as we know it today without the efforts of the Maroons. It would be today a fully owned British colony, something that we could not be deliberating and talking with the confidence that we have now of moving to a republic status. It was on the backs of those First Nations people, the one them where them couldn't catch. We go up on the plantation and leg on off others and carry them up with them. At the Jamaican them too, but then couldn't catch them. Them find a word, then say a Maroon, then them wild. But are we same one? The fabric of this nation was built upon the backs of those who were the leaders of liberation. That is why we blood boil when we see oppression. That is why we blood boil when we face marginalization, when we face oppression. 1738 symbolized a significant moment in the history of this nation. The people of this nation warded off and defended themselves against colonizers. To today be able to sit at a table with everyone to decide how now we the people constitute and govern ourselves. But you cannot say out of many one people without failing to recognize the multitudes that make up the many of our society, of our beloved island that is called Jamaica. Because you see, being Maroon wasn't a bloodline thing. It was a mindset of freedom, a mindset of liberation. That if we have to burn it down, we burn it down. But we can't pass that. Where we are today is in demand and looking for respect, for playing our role in what the new Jamaica looks like. Because rest assured, there are rights that have been preserved here, not only for those who they call Maroons, but for all of us. Because we are the people of the land. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the politics that we engage in today is to understand how collectively we the people will come together to make a better Jamaica. A brand Jamaica that we can stand up on and say, yeah, this is what define me. When them can't catch Usain Bolt and them say they them never tell us say up in a bunkers, they up in a stairwood. Soon tell you don't know where Usain Bolt come from. Up in a cockpit country. It's a Maroon, Sherwood content. Right? They don't tell you these things. They don't tell you our artists, Vibes Cartel, Buju Banton, Popcorn, Spragga Ben, so many of them, Taros Riley, the Morgan Heritage family, are all Maroons. We're no longer afraid to assert who we are. We are First Nation Jamaicans who have rights that pre-exist a colonial government. Do you understand? So what Colonel Wallace Sterling, all the Maroons and the indigenous peoples on this land are saying, for those rights that were preserved for us before you came, it is now time to decide how we move forward in unifying in what we call a republic. It is not separation, it is not segregation. It is representing right, what is noble, some very powerful words. What is honest, what is noble, what is true, what is right. Because if it is built upon sand, it will sink. If it is built upon sand, it will sink. But if it is built upon the solid foundation, upon the backs of the blood that was shed on this land for the purpose of the prosperity and the purpose of developing and catering to the needs of our people, the collective people, then we must have dialogue. We must have understandings. We must have respect. So, Honorable, I put my respect to you again for inviting the Maroons and the other indigenous peoples to begin those challenging conversations. It is easy to acknowledge that they are challenging, but to know that we've started have only paved the way for fruitful conversations to take place. That is what government is about. Government is about tackling the hard conversations, tackling the hard issues, not skirting around them, and not blindfolding the people from seeing what they ought to see and participating what they ought to be participating in. Constitutional reform must include the indigenous peoples, the First Nation of this island, to truly establish a prosperous republic for all. So yes, the time come. And tonight has been a wonderful and special occasion. My heart is full. I brought my speech and I didn't even look at it. Because for me, my heart is full. And I say thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Aisat. And I wish you all the best in your pursuits. And I know the people of Portland will make the right decision, because you have shown yourself to be a man for the people. Peace be upon you.